I get patients for a totally different reason. My name, Dr. Jagdish Chaturvedi. Paidaishi Budau naam. It's a very old name. It doesn't go well with this nice, hot, good-looking, charming personality, right? Like if you don't know me and somebody says Dr. Jagdish Chaturvedi is coming, it's going to be like a Hase Kavi or somebody who's already retired from NIMHANS. Like if you close your eyes and picture someone called Dr. Jagdish Chaturvedi, aapko sakshat L.K. Advani dikhenge. You know, when I was born, the nurse was delivering me. She also had the same confusion. Lale, such a cute baby. What is the name? Jagdish Chaturvedi. Good afternoon, sir. Sir, ho kya raha hai bhai? Chai la. And my friends tell me, Jagdish, there are name consultants in the US. They can change your name. They can make it sound better. I'm like, why go out of India? We have Make in India name consultant. He sits in UP. And the problem is, he likes my name. He might change your name to Jagdish Chaturvedi. But this name, my father was actually in my favor. He didn't want me to have this name. He had kept my name as Vallabh Chaturvedi. I would have been Vallabhacharya Chaturvedi. But his father, my grandfather, didn't allow him. Because it's a family parampara. Because my grandfather wanted to keep his name Jagdish. But his father didn't allow it and kept it Santosh. So by that logic, I should keep my son's name as Vallabh, right? And my wife was very fair about it actually. She was very fair and she told me, you know, Jagdish, whatever name you want to keep for Neil, you can keep. Like you want to keep Neil's name as Vallabh or whatever it is, you can keep whatever name for Neil you want, you can keep Neil's name as whatever you want. Neil, that's his name. I don't know whether, maybe he'll keep his son's name as Vallabh or something. But anyway, today's day is about my father, his retirement, and let's talk about him. Also, for people who don't know, I also became a father recently. And I think that deserves a round of applause. At St. Patrick's Church. But they said, nahi, asli wala baap bana. So let me tell you a few things about my father. My father is actually a very good actor. You saw his photos. He's been acting since his entire MBBS. But what many people don't know is that he's continuing his acting career. And you've seen a lot of his performances as acting director, acting registrar, acting dean. For people, who maybe 20 years, who've known 20-25 years before, would recognize him as a very angry person. I know you guys can imagine that now, but yeah, I've been through that.
Hey.
Oh, see. Goosebumps. PTSD, re-experience. He was a very angry person, and the reason why he was angry is because I was acting that time. I was acting smart, acting careless, acting irresponsible. So that anger used to come out. But the problem with me was, I was never a perfect child, and Sharma ji ka ladka. Actually, in NIMHANS we have a Sharma ji. His ladka is very good in studies. She often be compared with a Sharma ji ka ladka. And my teachers used to look at my marks and like, Jagdish, what is this marks at? Huh? English 29, 31. What is this? Look at this guy, Sharma ji ka ladka. 100 out of 100 and all. He's perfect. I'm like, what is this perfect? I never understood the concept of perfect. So one day I went home, I saw my father was sipping tea, and he said, "Aaj chai perfect bani." I'm like, Papa, Pitashri, why is this perfect? He's like, beta, the sugar in this is not too much, it's not too less, it's just right, it's perfect. It's not too hot, it's not too cold, it's just perfect. It's not filled too much, it's not too less, it's perfect. I'm like, oh, that is perfect. So my next marks card day, I went to my father and said, Papa, I got perfect marks. He was very happy, he's like, really? And then he saw all subjects out of 100, I had 50, 50, 50, 50. Not too much, not too less, perfect. Well, that is very difficult to get. Because you get one answer right, it becomes 52, the whole becomes right. 100 is easy, it's abnormal, Nobody's very happy about something extreme, right? Perfection is in the middle. He took it too literally because he's a psychiatrist. So from then on, I only got toys at 50% sale. I only got second-hand clothes, not too new, not too old, perfect, that pen. But he tried a lot to make me steady. But I love studying. He didn't understand that. But I really love studying. I love studying so much that in school, I loved some subjects so much that I did it for many years. But it was for the love, yeah. You like something, it's like a movie, you watch it 5-6 times, right? I love some subjects a lot, like physics, mathematics, really, So he used to take a lot of effort to teach me mathematics. And something very interesting phenomenon used to happen. Every time he would start teaching with mathematics, it would end with teaching me zoology. Very loudly. In regional languages. And family members of those animals. Which I didn't know existed. But it was good for me, like paisa vasool, mathematics ke saath, zoology ke saath, a little bit of language and plus thoda cardio bhi ho jata tha. So it was quite good. But he used to be kind also sometimes, used to reward me with things like, I remember before my mathematics exam, board mathematics exam, he took us for a movie. Just before the exam, can you imagine that? Movie called Mast, because I love Urmila Matondkar. Mere ko Mast dekhni thi. So in the theatre we were the only ones there. And he's like, beta, you must do well, otherwise aise akele rahoge mast. And he used to pick fights. I don't know if you know, but he's known for picking fights in the past. Now he doesn't, but he used to pick fights with, sometimes on the traffic. I was born in Bangalore, raised in traffic, so, I can understand that. A lot of fights. But he wanted to make me strong, so he said, I'll teach you karate. Go karate classes. Karate classes. I love sleeping. I'm a hibernating owl. 6 baje uth ke, the karate, I'm just Jayanagar Karate Club. Run barefoot all around Jayanagar in the morning. I was a white belt. I used to carry Dr. Uday Muthani on my back, for all the rounds because he was also doing karate. And I used to roll on the ground. My white belt turned brown automatically. It was about to turn red. But before it turned black, I confronted him one morning when he was taking me. I was like, did your father ever take you for karate? He's like, no, point is correct. So after that, only karate. No more karate that happened after that. He some other things. He loves books. He loves reading books. He's actually quite an avid book reader. He tried that with me. My first book that he gave to me was David Copperfield and Oliver Twist, which I am yet to understand and finish. Though it was a childish version of it. But I like Make in India. He realized that go vocal, go local. So then he got me Chacha Chaudhary, Sabu, Tinkle. Matlab hum udhar hi samajhte hain. He loves rules. He likes rules. He likes to put a lot of rules. I used to be the experimental rat for all the operant conditioning at home. I used to get positive reinforcement, points for doing something right and negative points for not doing something right. Sometimes things would get cancelled. He soon realized it was pointless. Because I had to take a loan for these points at one point of time. And he loves music, and you all saw that today, right? He loves music. There's not one morning that I have gotten up without listening to some nice music with him dancing while getting ready. Like I've literally danced to his tunes all my life. Thank you. But he used to always encourage me with sports. He said, Jagdish, beta, my pet name is Babu actually. Then after watching some Shah Rukh Khan movies, I corrected them to call me Raj. Babu was very embarrassing, like, in your school, Baba! Raj, Raj! But he used to encourage me to play cricket so that I understand numbers. Maybe with the scoring I will learn some mathematics. But the cricketer that I was only learning single digit, double digit. So he started reversing the question, how many runs did you lose from beta? So that I could talk about triple digit numbers. I loved that combination of cricket and mathematics, and I applied that to my life. That when he used to drop me for mathematics tuitions in the morning, I used to escape from there, go to a nearby ground and play cricket with some people over there. And I used to do really well. I was a popular hero over there, I used to hit 20, 25, 30 runs, which none of them had ever seen. Right? And one day after I was about to hit a century, I could see outside the ground my father is standing with the tuition master, with my sister, mother, and a pet dog. And they waited for me to finish my century. Because then after that, I had a very detailed session of zoology and physics with no chemistry. But history was created. Thank you for that. Some people really. But I used to keep the expectations very low, and that's the art. You heard a lot of tips from the senior Chatur, junior Chatur ka, trip. Keep the expectations ground low. I used to keep my expectations so low with him that some days he would take me for a walk and tell me, beta, you do any job, boot polishing, shoe or shopkeeper, every job is good, every job is respectable. Just be proud of what you do. That terrified me more. I started studying, and one day in 7th standard, the unthinkable happened. For the first time in a class test, I passed all subjects. I got a special mention from the teacher. We have a surprise passer today. Jagdish and Tarun, rank 26, 27, have made it. And we were called on stage. We got a standing ovation. The most confused person was the guy who came first. They just passed first time. I'm like, yeah, expectation kam rakhna seek. Because after that we went for a party. My father actually went for a party. We had lunch and all of that. So it's all of that expectation setting was very good. Me and my father sound alike. I don't know, but we talk differently. But we sound alike. Since my voice cracked, we sound very much alike. I mean, you must have heard, when he talks. There are two types of mentoring. Mentoring and unmentoring. Unmentoring is when someone doesn't mentor you. They are actually your tormentor. You have a different style, but the voice is the same. You get it, right? So when I used to pick the call and I used to say hello, automatically someone would say, "Arey yaar, Santosh, what happened today's rounds and something," and then some really bad gossip will come. And I would have heard too much to correct uncle. So I would go with the flow. And I have spoke to many of you actually. Senior professors out here have actually spoken to me. So with this, at this note, I would like to tell that if Dr. Ramchandra thinks that you like alcohol, it is because of me. One day Dr. Ramchandra gifted him a big bottle of Smirnoff vodka, which he used to hide in his cupboard. And then he re-gifted it to a Dr. Peter. And someone somewhere is pretending to get high on water. I thought now is a safe time to get all these things
Dr. Ramchandra is in the audience.
Okay. Sorry, sir. But I must say, every father is a superhero for a son. My father was a superhero. And I think Indian trains and Indian railways make your father a superhero, right? How many of you love traveling in trains? Give me a cheer. And if you traveled in the 80s or 90s, right, with your father, it was like a real superhero, situation. Fan is not working, sweating, water, thirsty, train is stopped. Suddenly, Papa, pyas, garmi. You'll take a bottle, run out of the, railway, the train, go and stand in the queue with people filling cold water, right? And then suddenly, when the train starts moving, your father's not come back. That is when my mother would get up. Kahan reh gaye? Train chal rahi hai? Papa kahan hai? Ticket to unke paas hai? Chain pull karo. Pant ki nahi, train ki. And just when you're about to pull the chain to stop the train, suddenly Papa comes with pani and bonda. That's a superhero, right? But before I end, I would like to say my father loves backups. There's a backup for everything. He gives backups for backups. So that's why, as a dedication for today's stand-up routine, I didn't go with my main set. I performed the backup. Thank you very much, guys. You've been a wonderful audience. All the best. Take care.